so hot, especially at night, which is why cooling sheets may be good for you, but nobody's really explaining what the best cooling sheets are, how they're made, or what to look for. I want to favorite this to come back to later because we're going deep, and I'm going to break this up into a few different parts, and I'm saying this as the former home editor of Reader's Digest who spent all day, every day just digging into this type of journalism. First of all, cooling sheets are going to wick heat and moisture away from the body to regulate your body temperature and keep you cool at night, and if you're a hot sleeper, that's exactly what you want. These are going to be your main cooling materials. Any of these will do nicely, but they're going to have different effects, different textures, and definitely different price points. Today, I want to dig into lyocell, Tencel, bamboo, bamboo viscose, any variation of those names. They're all coming from a very similar place. Bamboo and Tencel are going to be marketed as natural fibers, but like at best, they're kind of cousins of natural fibers. I would definitely not put them in the same category as cotton or linen or anything that really is natural. They're like Medi Spa Lips natural, but they're not like fully natural. But they work and they are cooling and they have a very silky texture. Bamboo ones typically are coming from bamboo as promised, but the Tencel ones are coming from the eucalyptus tree, which is a little bit different, but also about the same effect. There's a little bit of drama in the US about how these are marketed. They're technically not supposed to be labeled as all natural or anything that gives that kind of vibe because there's so much processing that they definitely aren't. But most of the companies really don't give a shit and they continue to do it anyway. For this reason, some of the best cooling sheets on the market can be had for well under $100 a set. Not all of them, but most of them. Obviously, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm going to put a bunch of the best ones in my next free weekly newsletter. That information is here, and I will put a few in my profile in the meantime because you may want them right now. One thing I do want to note is if you invest in bamboo or Tencel sheets, either one, they have to be washed very differently than cotton, linen, or other materials. Both bamboo and eucalyptus-based fibers, whether they're for sheets or shirts or anything in between, are technically variations of rayon. Now, rayon has a little bit of a marketing problem. It's not perceived as high-end. But rayon is rayon, and it is semi-natural. It's not as unnatural as microfiber, which, by the way, if you have microfiber sheets, get rid of them. Polyester, I hate it. But it's not as natural as cotton or linen or hemp or some of the other options on the market, so you need to be more careful with the fibers. These are particularly delicate. All cellulose fibers, and we're talking also your shirts and skirts and all the other stuff, are very delicate when wet. What nobody tells you about these fibers, definitely not the marketing teams and for sure not the packaging, is that any of these rayon fibers lose 30 to 50% of their structural strength when they're wet in the machine. And aggressive washing causes pilling, stretching, thinning, and total loss of that silky feeling that you loved and paid for. This can cause holes and tears and easy snags. If you wear your rings or earrings to bed, you're going to snag on these sheets if you're washing them too aggressively. So number one, you are not washing with towels and other types of bedding, and these are going in the delicate cycle on their own. You're not doing a giant load of laundry with everybody's socks and these sheets. You're just not. As much as I love hot water for stain removal, we can't do it with these rayon sheets. We just can't. You're going cold or maybe lukewarm at best. In terms of detergents and washing chemicals, if you put chlorine bleach on these, that's like the bleach that comes in the big jugs, oh my God, you're going to ruin them. Even oxygen bleach, the peroxide-based bleaches that I love so much, I am obsessed with them. They will be a little too much on these rayon sheets if you're using them every single wash. Think of these like lingerie, no heavy enzyme cleaners, no heavy-duty stain removers, definitely no chlorine bleach, and you're treating them very delicately. And if you do, they should last you 3 to 4 years for a single set, but if you don't, maybe 1 year. I'm not trying to shit on any of the brands that are charging like $200 and $300 per set for these. If they can get it, good for them. In my opinion, this is like $150 or less territory, and sometimes much less because they're so finicky and so delicate that like I can't imagine spending much more than that for a 1 or 2 year sheets event. Okay, this is getting long, but should we move on to cotton and linen and maybe hemp next?